Welcome. This video is an introduction to Excel VBA. In this video, we will discuss the different components of the Visual Basic Application VBA. We will also discuss the different tasks that you can complete using Excel VBA. And with those tasks, we will dive into further detail of how we can perform those tasks and how we can make using Excel easier. Now, when using Excel VBA, you would need a developer tab. Now, the developer tab is not a standard tab. As you can see, we have home, insert, page layout, and so forth. The developer tab is not a standard tab. So before using VBA, we will need to add that tab. So we will go to Excel Options, Customize Ribbon, and the Developer tab. We check the box, hit OK, and there is our Developer tab. Now, using Excel VBA, there's two ways that you can complete tasks within VBA. You can write the code yourself, or you can record the macro. Recording the macro involves performing those tasks manually and have Excel VBA record that and automate those tasks. For example, if a routine task that you do every day within Excel is to copy data from one tab to the next, you can use Excel VBA to complete that task for you, essentially automating that task. So that is one of the tasks that we can do with Excel VBA. And that is how we use our macro. So you perform the task manually, and Excel VBA records the task and automate it. And after it records the task, you can actually see the code, and you can go back and edit the code. So those are two ways that you can use Excel VBA. Again, you can use the macro, you can record the macro, or if you're more advanced, you can actually write the code yourself. And since we're in the beginning stages of explaining VBA, we will use the macro to record the macro, and then we'll go back to edit the VBA code. In future videos, we will look at tasks where we actually write the VBA code. Some of the tasks Excel VBA can do. One, as I mentioned before, you can automate repetitive tasks. Excel VBA can also insert text within your Excel worksheet. You can automate tasks that you perform frequently, not necessarily repetitive, but frequently. You can create a custom command. For example, delete a row. You can create a VBA code to do that. You can also use VBA to create a button. So once you write your VBA code, you can create a button. So when you press that button, it performs the task. If you have not seen my previous video on how to create a VBA button, please click the link right here, and you can watch the video on how to create a VBA button to run your macros. You can also use VBA to develop functions within your worksheets. So for example, if you have two worksheets, you want to delete a worksheet, you can delete one. You can use VBA to open a new Excel workbook, and so forth. You can also create custom add-ins using Excel VBA. So those are the things that we can do with Excel VBA. Now, let's dive a bit further and start looking at some of those tasks that we can perform with VBA. The first task we will look at is using Excel VBA to insert text within Excel. Before we dive into the Excel VBA tasks that we can complete, before we start writing codes and recording macros, let's look at the VBA editor. So if you go to your developer tab, go to Visual Basic, this is our Visual Basic editor. So this is where you would write your code. If you were to use a macro or record a macro, this is where VBA would store the code, where you can come back and make edits. We will review the different components of the Visual Basic editor, also known as VBE. So the VBA editor, there's the VBA editor, there are several components. We have our menu bar here. We have our toolbar here. So you can save, you can search, you can undo, redo, you can run your macro, you can pause your macro, and you can reset your macro. So that is our toolbar. Our project explorer is this section right here. So this is where it stores all the codes that you have written within this workbook or any workbook that you have open. So we have our modules, and then in the modules is where VBA saves all the codes that you write. So if you were to click on any of these modules, you would see the code or codes that were written. This section here is one of the most important sections. This is your code pane. As I mentioned before, if you were to write the code yourself, this is where you would write your code. If you were to record a macro, the code from that macro will be stored here as well. Now, I have codes that I've written before, and if I double click on module 1 or module 2, module 3, you can see that it stores all the different codes that I have written. This code is to autofit a specific column, specifically column D. This is to open a new workbook. I have videos on these two codes. If you have not watched those videos, you can watch them right here or right here. Now that is the overview of the VBA editor component screen. Remember, there are two ways to record a macro. One is to use the function of recording a macro, or you can write the macro code. Now we will use the record macro function to record a simple macro. First, we go to our developer tab, and if you have not seen the video on adding your developer tab, watch that video right here. Now, when we go to our developer tab, we click record macro, and you give your macro a name. You do not need a shortcut key. You can if you need one, and then hit OK. And now I will type nerds I will then put a simple formula equals now in parentheses. This formula gives you the current date and time. And I will select and left align, and then I will make this bold and underline. And now I will go back to my developer tab and hit stop recording. Now we go to Visual Basic, and you will now see your code. So this is the code based on the macro that we just recorded. So as you can see in cell F5, I'll hit nerds, cell F4 and F5, I put the formula now. I expanded the column width here. I selected range F4 through F5, and with that selection, everything is left aligned, underline, and then I made cell F4 bold. And that is your code. Now that we have our code, we can now go to our code and make changes. So the column width, for example, it's 15.71. We can change that to 20. If we want to change this from nerds to just nerd, we can also do that and save. Now, if this is a brand new workbook, you would want to save this workbook. Now, when working with Excel VBA, you need the correct compatibility, meaning you need your Excel spreadsheet to be macro enabled. And what that means is if you look at these files, the extension, you need to make sure that your extension says XLSM, M meaning macro. So when you save this file, you need to make sure your extension says macro enabled worksheet and save. And again, your extension here, XLSM. Also notice within our VBA panel, you have what we call sub-procedures. So each macro is defined by a sub-procedure. Now if you notice, it says sub, intro, and this is what we named our macro when we recorded that macro earlier. Now, so if I were to scroll down and right below where it says end sub, and this is also the end sub also lets you know that is the end of the sub function. So if I enter, what I now have is a new sub procedure. And now I can, if I were to write my own macro code. Now, if I want this sub to be on its own module, what I can also do is right click on the module here and hit insert, new module, and then you have a new code window, and then you can start typing your new sub procedure. And there you have it. Now that we have recorded a macro, we looked at the different components of the VBA editor screen. We know how to insert a new module. And once we have recorded a macro, how we can go back to the VBA code and make edits. With that, we will record another macro. So again, we go to our developer tab, we hit the record macro button, you give the macro a name, and again, you do not need a shortcut key, that is optional. So what we will do is we will right click on column F and hide. And we will do the same thing. We will click on row 17 and hide. And now we will go back to our developer tab and hit stop recording. Now go back to our VBA code. And here is our code. Now you can see what we did. Columns F, we selected, we hide. Row 17, we select and hide. And now that we have our code, what we can do, we can go back to our sheet. We can unhide. And then we can also unhide row 17. And now if we go to our macros, so now you can see our list of macros. The macro we just created is intro 9. And then once you select intro 9, you can run. And you can see now column F is hidden and row 17 is hidden. Thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment.